also show that you will be able to record for reference sake if anybody wants to check this out much later. So over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Nas. Good evening, Kanechuku, and good evening, Mabalaji. As always, thank you everyone for the opportunity to start this great journey with you guys again. We've been doing this, and believe you me, we've been trying to always exceed our usual standard. For a start, I need to know if everyone is hearing me clearly. Just signify either on the chat box or on the chat session, or you can decide to just unmute and tell me if you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you
Oh,
properly.
okay, perfect,
I
perfect.
think we all can hear you.
Okay, that's
Go ahead.
great. That's great. All right. Basically, we are going to start this journey, and it's going to be a 1 month process. And within this 1 month, believe you me, we are going to do our best to make sure that everyone is in a safe hands when it comes to the digital marketing basics. Okay. And when we are talking about the digital marketing basics here, we are trying to bring any one of you from the stage where, of course, you know a lot of things already in the internet space, but we are going to be doing our best to make sure that you guys are able to harmonize uh, what you've known already and some of the things that we might be able to share with you guys. Okay, so that's it. Now when we are talking about digital marketing, this 1 whole month we are going to be uh, a little bit more practical in whatever we are going to be showing you guys. And we are not going to do this from just the theoretical point of view. We are going to be sharing all these informations and hopefully even be giving you some level of assignments so that you guys could go back there, engage with it, and within this period of time, you should be able to actively benefit from whatever we are going to be discussing together. Now, this is one other thing I used to tell any other everybody I try to engage with. When a journey like this, okay, I usually take it as something that I don't take myself as someone who knows anything that I'm teaching, but I take myself as someone whom is also in a learning process. Okay, why? Because when it comes to the digital marketing world, it's something that is very, very diverse. Something you think you know today, you might wake up tomorrow and it's already obsolete. So, in this our own era, we don't just say, "Oh, I know this," and you want to go and capitalize on it, and you just sit and be forming one thing. Meanwhile, the world is already leaving you behind. So, by that saying, I mean we are going to be learning through this process together. So, you don't just take it as okay, oh, someone is teaching and someone is learning. No, we are all learners here. The only thing that might give me an edge or that might give us an edge over maybe any other person that is just joining is maybe the little time that we've spent in the industry. It has also helped us to be able to maybe know one or two things that we have tried and tested before that works, and even one or two things that we have tried and tested before that did not work. Okay, so that's just the part I say. Let me clarify first. Now within this 4 weeks, which is 1 month, we are going to do our best to have eight live classes, and within these eight live classes, which is on weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, thank God we have selected our time, which is Saturday in the evening. Of course, we are already trying out the first one, and Sunday, which is within the afternoons. Of course, we will still honor it. Okay, here is the thing. Within these 4 weeks, which is 8 classes, we are going to be making sure that uh, every class has a specific activity. As aside whatever we are going to be sharing within ourselves on the live class, we are going to give either a class activity, or an activity that you guys will go and have take a look at, or practice, or implement on your own end, so that at the end of it all, you should be able to revert wherever you have challenges, wherever whatever we discussed on the live class. You as you are practicing it, maybe there might be some wrong thing, or maybe there might be some uh a good thing, or maybe there might be some gray area that we might not have covered. Of course, when you are practicing it on your own, believe you me, you will face that challenges, you bring our attention on, and at the same time we will be able to get it work on it together. Okay, so that's another thing. I don't know, Bolaji, I don't know if you're able to have the course outline on your end so that I run through, or I can run through from my own end here. Which one is better?
Believe you can just take, because you are the one chief this evening, so you can just take from your end one.
Okay, so then let me share my screen so that I can just show some things. Okay, share screen, entire screen, and okay. So let me just know once you're seeing my screen.
We can see your screen now.
All right, perfect. So here is the thing. In as much
I
as
can
we,
see.
perfect, perfect. Thank you for the feedback. Now, what we I know what we are the journey we are going through is going to be about digital marketing and the basics of digital marketing. But what we are going to be getting you into is more of marketing and sales than just naming it only digital marketing, because we'll be focusing on those things that will help you to do the digital marketing and actively work towards generating sales for your products or your services. That's where we'll be going out to. And uh, on in the whole eight meetings that we are going to be covering, right? On a high level, this is what the outline looks like. We are going to be looking at product knowledge or your offer. Okay, that's the first thing that we'll be looking at. Then next we'll be looking at your customers or your audience. Of course, when we get to customers or audience, it's all about you knowing about them and their behavior. Okay, let me get back to that products. Okay, now for us as digital marketers, or as marketers generally, one thing is unique about us. We are these people that we are not the end itself, neither are we the beginning. Okay, but we've been privileged enough to be this set of people who are in between. We serve as that bridge, or as that missing gap, or the missing link between a product and the final user. Okay, so we are like that bridge. So when you are seeing yourself as a digital marketer, you should see yourself as a means to an end. You are not the end itself. Okay, just like as a marketer, right? A product owner or a product itself is on one end, while the audience is on the other end. For when I'm talking about the audience, I'm talking about either your potential customers or your existing customers. Okay, now these people, they are on the other end, but you are like the bridge. You are in between this product and the audience or the customer. So you are the one who knows this product, and you are the one who knows exactly what is entertaining your audience, right? So you are now the one that knows what to tell this audience to solve that audience problem. Of course, for the audience to be able to uh, access that product, they have to just do one thing, which is do exactly what you want. Either they are paying you money, or they are doing one thing that will make them more comfortable and make you more comfortable. Of course, after you've been able to know this, have a knowledge of your product and your audience, the next thing is how to reach out to them. Of course, reaching out to them is one thing, which you can use either search engine optimization, where we have the SEO, okay, or you can use social media activity. These are the two basic ones that we can use. I say two basic ones. That means there can be others, right? So don't just get me wrong. There's not just when you want to reach out to your audience or your potential customers, these are the two basic ones. There might still be others. Hello ma, na akụkọ Wedabita ụdị class nawa. Yes ma. Hello guys, can you still hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Please confirm
Audio
it.
went we can hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. So, once you get to the implementation, the first thing is just like you need to get to a market, right? If you want to sell your product, of course you need to set up a shop, or you need to set up where people need to interact with you, either be present in the market, or be present in a plaza, or be present in your office, or even turn your home to an office or a business center. Okay, that's where the likes of SEO and social media activities come in, right? Now, after you've been able to do that, from social media, you need to get these people from there to your desired location. Of course, that's why I use landing page. Okay, for landing page, it stands for a lot of things. And you might be asking, what is a landing page? Simply put, any page on the internet that a potential audience clicks a link to visit is a landing page. It can be a web page, it can be a social media handle page, it can be your what's the name? Yeah, those are the two basic ones, right? But it can be another person's own. In as much as someone clicks a link and they end up somewhere on your platform, or where you intentionally directed them to, that is a landing page. Okay, so first you need a presence, either where you have your search engine optimization activity going on, or your social media activity going on. Okay, then from there you need to get these people from there to a specific page or a dedicated page where you can take the conversation further. One unique thing about landing pages is the fact that it helps you to get those people to commit to you. How do they commit to you? For example, they can commit to you through submitting their email or phone number. Okay, name, email, or phone number. They can easily submit it to you on your landing page, and the moment they have that, you can move them to the next stage, which is you can begin to use their email to interact with them. Okay, or if they came in through your social media handle, you can decide to use your messengers. And when I'm saying messenger here, I mean either Telegram Messenger, WhatsApp Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or even Instagram Messenger. Okay, or again you can also engage them through chatbots. Okay, and after that you have feedback, because we believe that if you know about your product and you know about your audience, okay, you should be able to set up your shop where you know this your audience are always frequent, right? Once you set up your shop and you do your activity, you can drive these guys from either search engine or social media to a specific landing page where you get them to commit. What do they commit in? They give you their email or phone number and name, right? Once they give you at this landing page stage, which is an offer that they just fulfilled, the next thing is you engage them either on email or messenger or chatbot. And if you are able to engage them for some time and they eventually get converted, that is, they exchange value for value, because if they give you money, you give them the product, they've exchanged value for value. The next thing is you need feedback. Feedback here means you trying to know from them that, okay, this thing that I have been able to deliver, did I deliver according to what I promised? Okay, then if they say yes or no, they write you review. As they're writing you review, you are eventually knowing if it is right or wrong, if there's a way you can get back or not, right? Or you can decide to make them to give you testimonials. Okay, by you doing this also, you are also knowing about your product more, you are knowing more about your audience, because maybe it might be that you are thinking your product does abc for your audience. Okay, but when you tell them to give you a review or to give you a testimonial, you will be shocked that your product is giving them xyz. Okay, so those are the things, and this is what the outline looks like for the whole program. We will make sure that we take it one after the other till we get to the end. Okay, if there's any, let me pause here for a moment. If there's any question or any feedback that you need me to just run through, then I will want to honor it immediately before I proceed. Thank you very much for some time. When we are hearing about digital marketing generally, what comes to our mind, please? What comes to our mind? Let's start from there. Kenechukwu, let's start with you. What comes to your mind when they talk about digital marketing?
Using social media as
Okay.
a platform to marketing
Hmm.
using or email. That will comes to
Oh, okay. Okay, that's perfect. Chinasa, you want to have an input, or I want you to have an input rather.
I feel it's more like trying to create awareness about your product.
Hmm. Okay. 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 That's great. Both of you are very correct. You are very very correct. Also, what I will add at this point is, when we are talking about digital marketing generally, okay, is all about you being able to market with the help of the digital assets that you have, right? Believe you me, if we were going to be doing or speaking all the English, right, at this point, I can comfortably even say, when we are talking about digital marketing, is a very broad space where we have the likes of even the televisions, the radio, they are all the satellite, they are all under digital marketing. SMS, they are all under digital marketing. Okay, but there's a distinct difference between that kind of digital marketing and the digital marketing that comes with the internet. Okay, so for this class, we are going to focus strictly on digital marketing using the internet. And when we are talking about using the internet, we are looking at tools that comes with the internet that we are going to be benefiting from, which is the likes of social media, just as you have said, Kenechuku, right? The likes of social media, emails, search engine optimization, paid advertisement, influencer marketing, and what have you. Okay, all of these things, they are only possible with the help of the internet. But again, since we know 1 month is a very short period of time, and we also know that if we are to go and be looking at the history, the communication, the computer, and what have you, it might be that the theoretical part is going to really, really wear us down, because I know at this point we are more ready for action than to just hear us speak too much English. So that is why we decide to say, okay, this is going to be a better crash course where we will go to things that are very, very important. Other ones we can tell you, okay, read about this and read about that. Okay, so this evening I decided to say, okay, let me just run us through the first one. Then from there, because this is more like the basic knowledge that you must have even before you click A or you go and open your computer. Okay, now what is it? Like as you see on our outline, the first thing is product knowledge and or your offer. Okay, when I'm talking about your product knowledge or your offer here, I'm talking about you first looking at what you have to sell to the audience. Okay, if we are talking about what do you have to sell to the audience, you really need to know it, so that you should know that when someone is talking about your own product and is talking about your own product wrongly, you can comfortably tell that person that no, this is not my product. That is one benefit for it. Or if you know your product very well, when someone is telling you, maybe you know that your product is Panadol, right? Of course, you don't just stop at knowing that your product is Panadol. You must have to know that your product is not just Panadol, but it is something that help cures headache. That is, if you hear anybody saying I have a headache, what are you thinking? Ah, I have a solution for you. But if you are just looking at it that your product is Panadol, and you don't know that your own product is not just about the Panadol, but it is something that cure headache. When you hear someone complaining headache, chances are you will not even know what to tell that person. So that is why you need to know about your product, right? That's why this first part is very important. And when we are talking about product knowledge, okay, the first thing that you need to know is you need to know your goals and objectives. Now, I decided to start with this for one reason, which is for us, we are human beings. Number two, we are Nigerians. Okay, we always think that we are more inclined to something urgent, something instant. Okay, I need you to understand that when it comes to digital marketing, right? Of course, if you are looking to make money from anywhere on earth right now, go digital is there. But to make money on the digital space, there are only two ways, which is either you are spending huge amount of money for you to start making money almost instant, or you are spending huge amount of time, then you now make money in the long run. Also, there need to be a process. You need to know exactly where you want to be before you can even start the journey. Okay, for example, right now I am in Abuja. Okay, if I want to get to Lagos, before you see me in what's the name, the Ikeja airport right now, I must have thought about this thing at least 24 hours, at least minimum, let me just say minimum 12 hours before you see me in Lagos. No matter how instant it is, at least 6 hours. That's if I'm going to see a flight to catch when I make that urgent decision. But it doesn't work that you will just open your eyes and you are already where you want to be before you start thinking about it. It doesn't work that way. It's only in our brains. And believe you me, when it comes to Nigerian businesses or Nigerian business owners, when it comes to this marketing thing, we tend to get it wrong, or we tend to get it not too correct. Okay, how do we do that? When we are going online or offline or anywhere we are going to do marketing, our first mindset is yes, sales, 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 sales. Okay, of course sales is the ultimate goal, we know that, but there is always stage by stage activity. Another example I used to give people is this. Right here we all know that, okay, making babies, right, is one of the ultimate goal for any sane person in this our generation, right? But before you can think of making babies, you first need to find a suitable partner, right? And for you to get a suitable partner, you actually need to make that decision, and either by luck or by attempt, or that, like, there must be a way that you need to first meet this your partner, you and your partner need to agree on some terms and conditions. Then before you can even move into the process of making babies, and even after the process of making babies, you still need some time before that baby comes into this world, right? This is just a high level example. Another example I want to give to us is, look at it as, whenever you are hungry and the time you will get the food, either you are not hungry, if you are thinking of getting food to eat, there is a process to it. Digital marketing too has a process. It's not just that you wake up today and tomorrow you fall into sales. Of course you can be lucky, but no matter what they call luck, right, you must have to be prepared, because it's only when preparation meets with opportunity that other people will feel it is luck. Okay, so when we are talking about product knowledge, the first thing that you need to understand is this: what is the goals that you want to achieve with your product in the online space? Now, a life example I'll give us is, you know our telecommunication guys, right? Like the MTNs, the
Mohammed,
Glos.
are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
I think making babies get the network and it cut off.
Oh my god. But is it back now?
Yes, we can seem to hear you clearly now. If you could just continue your presentation, but maybe you round up with the car, so we can start the class, and at least by 9 o'clock, a little after 9, we can finish and prepare for other things.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll reshare my screen
Yes,
again.
please. That's fine.
Let me know when you are seeing it. Let me know when you are seeing it, please.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, when we are talking about product knowledge, right, the first thing is for you to know about your goals and objectives. And for you to do this, you just need to set them. Now, in the digital marketing space, these are some of the basic goals that you can have. Okay? From this, any other thing I'll add now is maybe retargeting, right? Or remarketing. I'll explain all this. Now, the first and most important goal is that of awareness or engagement goal. Now, when we are talking about awareness or engagement goal, it can be that you are like the likes of the telecommunication guys. Okay, the telecommunication guys, you know that their target audience, everybody uses the internet, right? Everybody uses we use call card and what have you on our devices. But for us to do that, we do it from these guys, which are the telcos. For them to stay on our mind, okay, they need to do a kind of a campaign, a digital marketing campaign or digital marketing activity for awareness, right? And this most of them, their goals is awareness. How many people are they able to reach, right? How many people are able to see what they've been able to push out? Okay, that is awareness campaign. The basic thing about awareness campaign is for you to share your word out, right? So that they know that you are in existence, or so that they know that you have the solution to this specific problem. Okay, that is what awareness is. The next one is engagement, and when we are talking about engagement, we are talking about people talking about or interacting with your business or with your activities in the on the internet space. Okay, that's what engagement is all about. Now, the most important one starts from this traffic. For traffic, let's say if we are using social media for anything, okay, in as much as social media is very good, is very sound, is very whatever it is, you can build 1 million, 1 billion followers. Okay, the most important thing that you can gain from social media starts from traffic. If you have either you are selling a product or a service and you have your website, or you have your payment platform, or you want people to chat with you on WhatsApp, whatever you are doing on social media, either Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or what have you, okay, you must, your goal, no matter what goal you have, the most important one should start from traffic. How many people are able to see what you are doing and click on your link to go to where you need them to be? It is very, very important. That is one of the best goal you can be tracking or you can set for yourself. Okay, then after that one is lead generation. If you have 1 billion or 1 million followers now, the best use that you can put them to is how many of them do you have their direct contact, which is lead generation. When we are talking about leads, we are talking about your potential customers that you have their direct contacts. Okay, then another one is messages. How many messages are you able uh to generate within a period of time? Of course, you need to set these goals and objectives either for 1 week, for 1 month, or even for like 1 year. Okay, but the shorter the better, and the longer the stronger. Okay, then from there you can now think of how many sales have you been able to generate, okay, which is the ultimate goal that everybody is always after. Look, after awareness, someone will have to engage. Someone need to even know that they have headache before they start asking questions about what to solve their headache, which is if you are a Panadol seller, right? That awareness makes them to know that, oh, they have headache, and they should know that there is something that can cure headache, right? Then the engagement here is they are asking question, oh, where can I get this thing that can solve my headache? Oh, there's something called Panadol and what have you, before you move. Then before you know it, they visit platform where they can buy Panadol, and after that, on the platform where they can buy Panadol, they drop their contact, right? As they drop their contact, they can decide to make messages. They message the platform that, oh, we want to buy this, we want to buy that, and at the end of it all, they end up buying it. Okay, that is where the sales happen. After the sales, right? After the sales, there is what we call remarketing or retargeting. Now, when we are talking about remarketing or retargeting, remarketing here means you are remarketing another product to the same person. Let's say you are an event manager, right? As an event manager, you are you market to someone, and they were able to give you their wedding ceremony to plan, right? You manage that event and you were successful, everybody was happy. Believe you me, you can start remarketing anniversary date for them. You can start remarketing their naming ceremony or dedication for them. Okay, this is remarketing. Now retargeting on the other hand is about you have been able to market your wedding activity, your wedding planning business, right, to a specific target audience. Now, as you have gotten this person that did business with you, you can take this what's the name, this contact, right, and you build a profile from that, and you look for a specific audience that matches this profile and retarget those people. Okay, so that is the difference between those two. Now next, moving forward, we are still in product. Okay, moving forward, you need to do this most important feature and benefit tool for your product. Now here is the thing. I think let's try to make this a bit practical. Who am I going to call first now? All right, Chinasa. Sorry if I'm murdering your name. Don't mind me this evening. Let me have you. Can you unmute a bit? Chinasa. Yes, I got it right. Chinasa. Aha. You say you are an event planner, right? Okay, that's perfect. Now, um, as you are seeing on the screen, okay, we have, you say you are an event planner. So let me just add here as event planner. Now, do you know? Can you break down one? Let's say, okay, do you know the list of your products or services? When we talk
Yes.
of event, you know them, right? Can you give me one?
So, decoration of the place of the home,
Preparation of.
decoration,
Sorry, I didn't get that.
decoration, decoration.
Okay, decoration. Perfect. Okay. Now, we are talking about decoration. Okay? So, let's say we want to um plan a wedding, for example. Okay? Now, in this planning of wedding, we have decoration, which is a feature of the event you are planning, right? uh I'm taking
Yeah.
this in a high level, because if it is just decoration, you can break it down, because even in the decoration you can bring in, okay, let's even use decoration. Okay, in decoration, there are some features in decoration. For example, the flowers. Okay, next one, you might have the colors, the coloration, right? What else
Yeah.
again? What else do you have as your features, like those little things that makes the decoration activity?
And you talk about the lightning.
The lightning. Uh-huh. So let's stop at this three, so that we will not just I will not just make you to start overthinking this evening. Now, let's look at it this way. These are the features. Okay? This is what you know, and this is what you know that the customers want. Abi, is it you or the customer who wants these three things?
The customer.
Are you sure it's the customer or it is you?
The customer.
Okay,
Because
now this is the thing. I can tell you that this is what you want. Do you know what the customer wants? What the customer wants is the results of any of these things. For example, let's go to lightning. They don't care about your lightning. They care about the hall itself being bright enough, right? It's not the if it is you thinking about lightning, you are talking about how many bulbs are going to be there, which kind of where should be the lightning start from, where and where should I place my bulbs, right? That is what you are thinking. But what the customer thinks is, how bright is that place going to be? Is the place going to have this their disco light that will be having this red, white, blue and whatever? Is it going to have those? Those are what the customer's mind is thinking. They are looking at the result, not your own part that you are looking at. Okay? Now, here is what I'm now talking about. If you have your product, for example, we say flour. What is the benefit of flour to the customer? The question you are asking is, why is flour needed for a decoration to the customer? That's the question you need to answer in the obvious benefits. This one everybody knows, this is why flour is needed. Of course, the first one is what? Beautification,
Yeah.
right? Beautification. Now, this is obvious, but this thing, why do they want it beautified? Eh? You need to ask that question, because here is the thing: is it just about the beautification? No, it's not just about the beautification. For a decoration, there are some decoration that they are looking at you and they are saying, these guys, they are actually looking at their class. Who are they are looking at their class. Eh? And you know where all these things is leading back to? There is another hidden benefit which is there. Do you know what it is? Can you tell me why all these things, why we do this? Eh?
Mm.
Do you know why customers are after all these things, what they really want?
This stuff, I'm trying to look for the right word to use.
Are you seeing those words?
Okay, self-esteem.
Their ego.
Okay.
Now, everybody, when in terms of when you are talking about event management and what have you, the kind of audience that you are getting, of course, if they are talking about flowers or color selection or lightning, all these things is moving into one thing. You can have this obvious reason. They are looking at orderliness, can be another thing, right? They are
Yes.
looking at what else can be another obvious feature. Of course, control. They don't want to be, how do I put it? They just want to know that all their problems is already with someone that is helping them out. Okay, that's another obvious feature. Now, apart from this, the hidden feature or the hidden benefit, sorry, is everybody, we are human being. We all know our class. We all know exactly, oh, if Mr. A can do this, and me too, I should be able to do this one now. Shey I attend this person's wedding and the decoration was this one, my own must pass this one. That's our ego and our self-esteem playing out there. Okay, I don't know if you are getting this thing clear.
Yes.
So now, we as marketers, where this thing is important for us is, if you settle down and you are able to do this feature and benefits table properly, where you are looking at, these are the features of my product or services. If it is a car or an item that we are looking at now, maybe a biro or a marker we are looking at, the feature can be the cover of a biro, or the ink of a biro, or the tip of a biro, or the color of the biro. Okay, these are features. For services too, you can break it down into features. Now, all these features, it is it's not just there like that for the for you as the business owner. It is there for the customer. Now, you need to look at it from the customer's point of view, asking yourself, if I am the customer, why should color matter to me? If I am the customer, why should lightning matter to me? Okay, if I'm the customer in the decoration, why should flowers matters to me? You need to answer these questions. Of course, either you answer it yourself or you ask this question through a survey. Okay, hopefully maybe tomorrow we'll be looking at ways you can carry out survey from your existing customers or your potential customers. I'll show you, we will be able to see some tools that you can use between now and how many hours. You should be able to know one or two things about your customers and what they are looking out for. Okay, so that is it. You need a feature and benefit table to get that done. All right, so I think I want to stop here today, so that once we meet again tomorrow, we should be able to start the market research. I think that's where I want to stop and hand over back to Mr. Bolaji to be able to guide us through the closing activity. Thank you very much, everyone. If there are questions, I'm here to answer or to respond to. Even if I don't have the full answer right now, believe you me, I know someone who will help me out. And we also have our group that we keep on engaging and interacting. So thank you very much and see you very soon.
Thank you.
Always seems to make perfect sense. I like to share for us to get into this mind of things, and I believe that with what Mr. Sanusi has given us a good edge of the practicality of this course. We're not just here to give you hope of doing this way, do it that way. It's a case that you have to think as a marketer before you start thinking as a digital. The first thing that need to know in the product services industry is that you don't need to think as selling the product. You need to think as the person buying it. Why are they buying? For example, why is someone buying a Mercedes Benz Toyota? Right? It comes to a case of either he has to wants to show to the public instead of just buying an app. That would inform you as a marketer, either you're a telemarketer, a digital marketer, or a normal marketer, as to how to reach out to you. So I'll just run through this slide. It should not take us much time. I'm sure in the course of the class, when you have any of the questions necessary, you can always ask to let things work. Can you see the slides?
Yes,
Yes, I
yes.
can.
Oh, good, Vincent. Thanks for the this honesty. So yes, when about how we can market using digital assets, it's a case that the internet allows us to reach people faster, cheaper. In the past, it was tedious. You have to do billboards, you have to use newspaper ads, and various levels. Right now, it's much more easier than it has ever been in history. What that allows us to do is that, like what Sanusi explained, what digital marketing is, is of digital assets across various platforms to reach out to people. To put that in context, WhatsApp was just a messaging app when it started off. But WhatsApp for business, there are various labels, categories, and specifications that you can use to ensure that people would buy your products just because they're on WhatsApp. And trust me, you might know him too. Emeka Novis. Emeka is a writer and an online guru, right? He has over 20,000 status on a daily basis, and he charges as little as 5,000 to advertise on his page, right? So imagine you have that 10,000 people can see on a daily basis. Convert just a 10% of that, you have 1,000, right? So it keeps growing, it keeps evolving. TikTok is one of those platforms that are growing quickly, and it keying into it. So the platforms keep changing. And the thing about business is that no matter how it's grown or put together, a paying customer is needed. They would always need digital marketers. They would always need the platforms that are available. and this will allow us to, allow you to see why would someone pay for a product or a service even without seeing you or saying. And people pay millions of naira. People, in fact, there are various ways you can on the online space you can make millions of naira from this process. One of the things that we take. So this slides will be shared to you, right? I don't like using the slides to break down, but basically what this just allows you to know is that there are key things that you need, and I'll just touch on two for today, which is the realistic time frame. Nobody goes from 0 to 1 million followers overnight, right? Someone I know, they ban his account on Instagram, Tunde Ednut, right? He gets his thousands of followers back almost instantly. It's because he has built that clout over time. So you can have to draw a realistic time frame on how you want to where you're going to. And the second point is that you have to be strategic about it, but also flexible. There are many ways to get things done, right? You just need to know what process you need to go for your own path. Major thing. Um, Sanusi would. This is something that two steps that I know that will be very easy to understand how things are done is building the right persona. Who you are building for, following these 8 steps. There's also a website that you can use, the free website. I can also share it that I've done in the past that will assist you in doing this. But your plan, knowing who you are selling to. And luckily I believe both of you on this call, that's both Vincent and NASA, that's your space for a while. So you have a good idea of these people, right? Who are the people that buy fish, for example, in Vincent's case, and what are the people that you've done your event when it comes to China's case. So you have a good idea of the personnel that you have that you can work with. So you build that, then you need to know how you are going to build that compelling digital presence. There are various platforms. You cannot be on all of them. Which one connects with you most? For someone like Nas, I think you need to use your Instagram and Facebook more, maybe YouTube, because your events are going to be visual compelling. And TikTok is also good. Compelling products, right? Your designs, the entrance, the experience, the joy people have from going through that event, and those are the things that are key and necessary. Um, Build a social media calendar. We discuss more on this as things go on. Um, if you're building for business to business, that's what B2B means. How do you position the right language to use, the right images, how you connect with decision makers, things around that. And if you're using the customers, which is the broad market, right? One thing I will talk about here is that people believe in numbers. So you always need to try to get the numbers of, by numbers I mean numbers of followers, numbers of likes, numbers of engagement. Because people tend to love what other people love. So once you grow your audience, and there are many ways, organic and paid, that you can use if you're talking to the business to customers. This is a key point that we will still go in depth on. Your sales accessory. It's not everybody that comes in contact with your brand first that we're going to buy it, right? Some people just are in stage, they do not know anything about anything, but let's use China's business. Someone just proposed to his girlfriend a marriage, right? A wedding ceremony. What the event planner is going to come up with. The awareness, the prices, what you have available, and things of sort. So it's not because they do up that day that they are going to buy. They would also need a lot of management to know where they are in your funnel. So we need to understand what the sales funnel is, how to build a sales funnel effectively push people down the funnel to eventually buy from our product or services. So we also monitor their activity. If we have any questions, we can go for it now. But at this point, I think we've had quite a few from the introduction of what Sanusi has given, and these slides are going to be shared. So, if you have questions, you can shoot them. If not, through by 7 p.m. here again to have our live sessions before we start providing the materials that we start with. So, Vincent, you might not be questions, comments. This is the time that you can share with us. If you can be done.
Thank you very much for this class. Okay, so in benefits um on the after the futures, the other obvious forgotten the name, but that's knowing what the buyer um is enjoying from your product.
I think so. You have to scale your screen again so you can see those the table to understand. But I get what you're trying to say. Are you trying to say for fishes now? What's the is that what you're
Yeah,
trying to
so I'm trying to know is there any book or something so I can know how I'm supposed to know what's in their mind, something like that.
you don't what's in someone's mind if you don't ask.
And
Right? Or
obvious
if you don't
benefits, hidden benefits.
so for you what's the object of buying and eating fish?
Um, for like if there's fish in your food, then it's going to be delicious. That I feel.
Or is it that we are used to having protein on our in this part of the world? That you cannot eat without meat or fish on your subject. So
But it's
that
not
let's
sweet
say
now.
that people buy egg and boil it because you know no the ways of a past now. Let me put some emotion. That's the obvious benefit. Is it because it's delicious?
That's what I feel.
Sorry. What
So
what kind of
those things now, how do we get it? That's my question.
of course, that's why you are in this class. Getting features and benefits. Number one, I'll tell you, it starts from you. Then number two, it goes beyond you to your customers, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Then you can now look at your competitors and look generally to all other ones that you might have, right? How does it
Okay.
start from
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
For example, the question Bolaji was asking you, why on earth should I buy fish? Why do you think people buy your fish? That's the question, right?
Well,
If I ask you
yeah.
that question, I'm very sure you are going if you are going to find out today, eh, it means it's today that you're about starting
Yeah.
business. Here is the thing. Why do people buy fish? Is a question that needs to be answered, number one. Then number two question is, why do people buy fish from me?
Okay.
Okay? This which is another
Yeah.
following question after why do people buy fish? There is meat, right? There is egg,
Yeah.
right? There
Yeah.
someone can even
Yeah.
go on what's the name? On beans and whatever and milk to get their protein needs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
But
why
fish is more
fish?
proteinous.
Sorry, you say?
I still fish is more proteinous than every other option you just give.
Okay,
Yeah, but is that why
that's
they
for
are buying
people who
it?
even know about the
That's
value of
part of
protein
the
in their
reason.
lives.
Do you
Some
think they know?
some people are buying fish because they feel they don't want to be stressing themselves while eating,
Okay.
right? That is it. Is you that knows how to speak the English that shall know that there's something called protein.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. You
Okay?
are the one that knows that it's nutritious.
Yes. So for them, they just feel it's just because of the taste. Oh, I love the taste of fish. Ah, fish pepper soup is far more better than chicken pepper soup. That is for them. So you need to know why are people they are not eating it because you call it fish, but there is this satisfaction that they are getting that is obvious.
Okay.
Okay, those are the things you need to
Yeah.
first find out. Then there are some
Okay.
specific people is for their nutritional need. There are some things like
Okay.
when they are said there I know there are sometimes they've recommended that we should go for catfish because of the
Okay.
omega 3 omega 3 abi what's that thing that it has.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay,
Omega 3 are correct.
now for someone
Yeah.
like me they are telling me this is because I needed some specific elements in my life and I already know some English speaking people that decide to tell me or speak all those English for me, and last they shall got me to start having interest in catfish.
Okay.
Okay, now this is
Yeah.
a hidden benefit. Now you know the
Okay.
beauty part of the whole thing.
No.
All the buyers, sorry, let me not use all because some of them are aware. Most of your buyers they really don't know these things. And you know the obvious
So
truth about it, they don't care. Do you get that?
okay.
They don't know about these things,
Yeah.
but they don't also care. The good news I have for you is that the moment you start telling them, you become an expert in their faces. And the moment you become an expert in their faces, if they need anything on earth that is going to be related to fish, even if it's a drug, my friend, they are coming to you.
Okay.
So that is where the
I
feature
get you
benefit
now.
thing helps you.
Okay.
In the marketing
And
world, yeah, last line, in the marketing world, what feature and benefit template helps you to do, if you are able to do it properly, is whenever you are going to market to a potential client, you already know what most of your customers already want. So you are not discussing feature with them, you are discussing benefit with them. Instead of feature is your own, benefit is their own. So you, instead of telling them this is the feature, this biro has a cover, no, you are telling them this biro is protected because it has a cover. It's the protection that is their own business, the cover is not their business.
all right, I get you now.
So that's just it. Thank you very
So
much.
sorry, let me clarify something. Can I say something?
Sure, sure.
So instead of saying something like it's oven dried, is um, properly decoded and washed.
mm,
That's features.
that's the feature. Oven
Instead of
dried is feature.
instead of so for instead of saying that, I should be saying something like it's highly proteinous,
uh
contains omega
Even
3.
that highly
Is that what
proteinous
you're
is
saying?
too is high English for me. Why do you oven dry it?
So that it can be neat, clean, taste.
Have you said anything protein here?
No.
So that's, you just talked about the obvious benefits. Now anybody that is
Okay.
going to eat your fish because you oven dry it, my brother, that thing, there is a high possibility that it is going to be sand free.
Yes.
Another possibility is this thing that you are talking about is going to be smoke free,
Yes.
right? I've not
Yes.
called protein here. Are you
Okay. I
getting
now
me?
get you. I
So this
clearly
is
get you now.
that your customer, what that person want to hear is, this thing, if you carry it and put it in your mouth, you are not going to hear anything like sand. You are not going to match any sand, so you can even take it straight and start consuming it without washing it. that
Yeah.
is that is why you are using that feature of oven drying.
Okay.
Are we
Thank you.
there? Does that
Now,
help?
yeah, I understand now. Yes,
Please,
yes.
there are lots of things you can do in your industry.
And you know the awesome thing, I've bought Vincent's fish. In fact, I buy regularly, right? And
Yeah.
I recommend. And these are the features that are there that makes me buy it. But he himself that is selling the fish to me doesn't know, right?
Wow.
Do you
Wow.
understand? And I would not all the time call you that Vincent, that your fish, you, I enjoyed it. What did you enjoy? Is it because there was no sand? Is it because it was already clean? Is it because it's already open dried? Is it because it's affordable? Is it because it's the size I want? Do you understand? So
Yeah.
these are things that, and one thing about consumer knowing how to market to consumers is that you would try various methods. You would first of all pitch out, draw out the things that you believe are your obvious and your hidden gems, right? Then you
Okay.
also have, you can do a survey, you can ask feedback, you can come and note it down. So then you
Yeah.
test. Is that's what they call A/B testing. Do people respond to this more? If I put this one, which one do they respond more? And you realize that people would respond to a particular um, section or sector of
More.
what you are offering more. And
Mm.
that's what you can focus on.
Okay.
For example, I would like you, if you are saying that, oh, we have big fish for big families that you can share amongst yourself, right? That it is a fish that maybe two or three children can share. Maybe a family
Yeah.
that they have six children can say, this one makes sense. So let's buy the big one, five five. And by the
Mm.
time Chinas and Chinube eat one fish, there's pretend for all our children. Sorry, Nasa, I called your name. It just came to my mouth. So, but that's what it is. Yeah. So, I think that it's one of the things that we grow in this class that how are you going to tell them that they're going to buy from you?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys. I guess that will be all right. Except if there's
Yes,
another
that's be
question.
all. I wanted to just know if Nas had any questions to or comments before we ended today's session.
I have a question. Can you
See,
hello?
if I'm busy in your call, it means I'm on a call. Please let me finish this training.
Okay, remarketing and retargeting. Should I take that or something you take that?
Sorry.
She's asking if you could throw more light on retargeting and remarketing.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to go for it, right?
Okay, that's fine. Let me fire down. So it's quite simple, right? Retargeting is someone that has come across your product before but didn't make a purchase or did not give you information. And most times retargeting can take place using social media or um, what they call cookies, or there are various ways you can do it using Google Ads and things like that. Anybody that's come in contact with your advert, if you use, let me give you a practical example. Have you been on Jumia before? Now, so have you used Jumia to check? You didn't buy, you just run a search on Jumia.
Yes.
Yes. What did you run a search for on Jumia?
Um, I checked the few. Like,
For
I,
shoes, right?
you know,
Okay. And perfumes. Did you notice
yeah.
that after leaving Jumia, if you go to Facebook, you start seeing adverts of perfumes and shoes?
So I'm not often on Facebook, so
Uh, okay. What websites do you usually use if you're on the internet?
I do WhatsApp, I do sometimes Instagram, and
Okay.
sometimes like
Okay. So you might not notice it on Instagram because Instagram has a very, very different algorithm, right? But because you start looking for shoes and bags and perfumes on Jumia, they will retarget you on other platforms, especially on Google, and I notice it a lot on Facebook, right? Because they notice that you've come in contact with a particular product that you might be interested in. So they'll show you various varieties. Maybe it's high heels, maybe it's flat, maybe it's a different color, it might be sales, it might be promo. They're not the only reason they have that information is because they are retargeting you. You come in contact with them one way or another. They want to just follow you up just in case that you had not made up your mind before. And see, this one too is nice. So the same way when you want to buy something in the market, right? And comes up and says, "Oh, I'm selling shoes," and you shows you